According to the KDHE COVID-19 vaccination rate map, Cherokee County, Kansas has one of the lowest vaccination rates in the entire state. But the Cherokee County Sheriff thinks that map doesn't paint an entirely accurate picture of Cherokee County. He'll explain why, coming up.
After nearly 2 years of travel restrictions, international passengers are once again allowed to come into the United States with one important clause. I'm Phil Keating at the Miami International Airport with the details straight ahead.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jordan Abbey. Authorities say a suspect killed by Joplin police exchanged gunfire with officers. And that information was given by Joplin police in a press release today. The department says officers responding to an assault call shot the suspect, Shane Endicott, when he displayed a gun and exchanged fire with officers. 3 officers involved were placed on administrative leave. They are Officer Pete Boggs, Officer Daryl Klink, and Sergeant Jason Stump. JPD says all 3 officers are still currently on paid administrative leave. Court documents reveal more details about a northeastern Oklahoma murder investigation. 2 people are accused in the shooting death of Tony Moran in Ottawa County. They are 51-year-old Jimmy Kelly and 52-year-old Charlana Kelly. Court documents say that during his interrogation, Jimmy Kelly revealed he had been having an affair with Moran and that he and his wife Charlana had met with her the night of her death. Jimmy Kelly says he handed Moran a gun and she shot herself in the head. Jimmy says in grief, he then shot her in the torso. Jimmy Kelly is facing federal charges of first-degree murder in Indian country and using a firearm to commit a violent act. Charlana Kelly is held in the Ottawa County Jail on 1 count of accessory to a felony. Meteorologist Doug Caddy joining us now. Absolute gorgeous day today we had earlier.
Yeah, especially after a really nice weekend. Another great day for us today. Temperature is fantastic as most of us went into the 70s for highs. We had plenty of sunshine, a little windy, but look at our high temp, 76. We started at 52 during the morning hours. 14 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year. Not much is going on. You can see some clouds increasing out into our western counties, and that is going to occur for us tonight. So eventually by morning, we're going to have mostly cloudy skies across the region, but temperature is still pretty good. Upper 50s. We'll only drop back to about 55 degrees for an overnight low. But thunderstorms in the forecast. We're going to break that down for you here in just a bit.
Doug, thank you. Cherokee County, Kansas Sheriff disagrees with KDHE statistics when it comes to the county's vaccination rate. KOM's Mike Mahoney sat down with them to learn why.
Cherokee County, Kansas sticks out on the KDHE's COVID-19 vaccination rate map with one of the lowest vaccination rates in the state. According to the KDHE, only 36% of county residents ages 12 and older are fully vaccinated. That's much lower than Cherokee's 3 neighboring Kansas counties, which all have vaccination rates in the 50s. But Cherokee County Sheriff David Grove says county residents have a reason to doubt the KDHE's Cherokee County vaccination numbers.
We have a large population of our citizens who work, particularly in the medical fields in the Joplin area. And so through their employer, they're being vaccinated there, and that data is just not shared across state lines with respect to how KDHE is capturing that.
I reached out to the Cherokee County Health Department and the KDHE for clarification, but neither had representatives available. But over in Joplin, Freeman Health System's manager of infection prevention explains what they do with the vaccination data they collect.
We report it within the Missouri State Show Me Vax database. That information is it just lives in the Show Me Vax database. It's not something that we share with other states, and states also do not get our information as well.
Sheriff Groves points to the CDC's vaccine tracker for a more accurate take on Cherokee County's vaccination rate. It lists the rate of fully vaccinated residents ages 12 and up at 48.6%. In Cherokee County, Kansas, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
If you'd like to compare the numbers for yourself, check out the links to the KDHE and CDC's vaccination rate maps in this story on our website, komnewsnow.com. It was a day nearly 2 years in the making. A U.S. international travel ban was lifted for vaccinated people in more than 30 countries. Fox News correspondent Phil Keating has the latest from Miami.
There was a similar scene across the country on Monday. International travelers reuniting with loved ones here in the U.S. as travel restrictions lifted for dozens of countries.
I can't even explain in my words how happy I'm on cloud 9, I can say.
Adult foreign nationals coming into the U.S. must be fully vaccinated and show proof of a negative COVID test taken within 72 hours of the trip. Visitors arriving by land from Canada and Mexico are exempt from the testing requirement, but they do need to be vaccinated.
Not only does lifting travel restrictions improve economic health in our region, it also takes safety and public health into account.
The U.S. Travel Association says the months-long travel ban resulted in the loss of nearly $300 billion in visitor spending. Business owners are hopeful this reopening will lead to a surge of tourists.
More income, more employees, it's everything better for us.
But some industry analysts are concerned there won't be enough staff to meet the increased demand. American and Southwest Airlines recently suffered delays and canceled flights due to a staffing shortage. Airlines are now facing growing opposition from employees over a vaccine mandate for federal contractors.
We're not seeing any impediments to the ramp up right now in terms of hiring. And we do expect with the increase in travel that there'll be more opportunities for employment.
The White House is asking all airlines to mandate vaccinations for their employees by January 4th. At the Miami International Airport, Phil Keating, Fox News.
Kansas Governor Laura Kelly proposing to eliminate the Kansas sales tax on groceries. The plan outlined by the governor would save many families hundreds of dollars a year and consumers a total of $450 million a year. She unveiled her proposal 3 days after Attorney General Derek Schmidt called on the GOP-controlled legislature to reduce or eliminate the tax next year. Schmidt hopes to unseat Kelly, by the way, in the 2022 governor's race. Their support is likely to make reducing or ending the 6.5% state sales tax on groceries a top issue for lawmakers once they reconvene in January. Kansas has the second highest state sales tax rate on groceries. Democratic lawmakers in the House are gearing up for what could be a contentious couple of weeks on Capitol Hill with a massive social spending package in limbo. For now, several of them are touting the recent passage of the bipartisan infrastructure bill that will soon be signed by President Biden. Fox's Madeline Rivera has a closer look tonight from D.C.
We are excited with an exclamation point about what we're going to be able to deliver.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is preparing for his biggest task yet, the implementation of the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill.
Paying close attention to how we can make sure we have all of the right controls, the right rigor to make sure these dollars are spent well.
Cleared by the House on Friday with the help of 13 Republicans, the funds will be used to shore up roads, bridges, and highways, improve internet access, and build electric car charging stations.
I was delighted that the House finally found a way to pass the infrastructure bill last week.
The White House now prepping for an aggressive PR pitch, with members of the administration expected to travel cross-country to tout what's in the bill. It will come at a crucial time for the president, whose poll numbers are dropping. A poll taken this month shows the president's approval rating at 38%.
It is important to sell this, yes, to sell this, but for the people to understand that this is going to make a transformational change in their lives.
Now Congress will turn to an even tougher job, reaching a deal on the larger social spending plan.
It's going to be a tough fight. It ain't over yet, as they say, as the old expression goes, but I feel good.
The House is going to try and approve the social spending package the week of November 15th, but some moderate Democrats say they want a Congressional Budget Office score to assess the plan's financial impact before voting. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Veterans Day is on Thursday. It's a chance for Americans to give thanks and honor to the men and women who served our country, the heroes, right? Today, Cub Scouts Pack 151 in Pittsburgh got a lesson on the importance of this holiday when they visited the Pitt State Veterans Memorial.
I think, obviously the military isn't going to be for everyone, but at the bare minimum, I think by exposing children to the importance of what veterans do, it at the very minimum is going to show them how much these individuals deserve our respect.
To learn about area Veterans Day events as well as deals area businesses are offering veterans and service members, head on over to our website again. That's KOAMNewsNow.com. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 takes this time now to honor another four-state hero. Nadro Adams served in the U.S. Navy from 1951 to 1970, and we are proud to thank and honor Nadro Adams, native of Pineville, Missouri. He's tonight's four-state hero. Doug Heddy's next with a complete look at the forecast. A bit later, Moselle basketball getting set for their season opener later this week.
The Ashley Home Store.
It definitely turned out to be a nice Monday for us today after a fantastic weekend. We had temperatures into the 60s, plenty of sunshine, just a perfect fall weekend and another great fall day for us today. A little bit on the windy side, but overall, not too bad. Looks good right now. Here's a live shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri, and looks pretty good for us tonight. We are going to have clouds increasing, but with the southerly wind and the clouds, our temperatures stay up just a little bit. Most of us are into the upper 50s right now to near 60 degrees in our western counties, and I think most of us will dip down to about 55 later on tonight. Not as windy as what we had earlier, but we still have those south winds kicking in 5 to 10. A little breezy for us once again as we head into the daytime hours tomorrow. Looks good. 7th and range line. Pretty much clear skies up top, 58. Humidity is sitting at about 70%, and there's just not much going on. There hasn't been much going on over the past couple days, which I'm sure most of you are fine with. But we are starting to get some clouds increasing on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side, and these clouds will increase as we go through the overnight hours tonight. You can see these extend back in the northern parts of Oklahoma, down through the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. Weak little wave is pushing by and will give us the clouds, maybe a few sprinkles, random shower for us tomorrow, but the bigger system moving into parts of California. That system will give us showers and thunderstorms late Wednesday and then heading into Thursday. So let's go ahead, let's break it down for you tonight. Clouds increase here 6:30 in the morning. We're going to be dry. Temperature still pretty good for us tomorrow, but a weak cold front slides in, kind of stalls on top of us. We'll have mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. And again, you can see a couple random little spotty sprinkles, maybe a random shower tries to pop up. In general, an okay day. 55 to start, 65 by noon. High temp still near 70 during the afternoon hours. Tomorrow night, this front starts to lift back toward the north. We could still get a few random sprinkles, maybe a random shower. By Wednesday morning, these will push on through. Wednesday afternoon looks pretty good. And then look at the wall of thunderstorms. So here's 5:30. So by mid-evening, these thunderstorms are going to be driving in. I do not expect these to be severe. However, they could be strong. We could get some small hail, some gusty winds, and also some pretty heavy amounts of rain. This whole batch rolls through and it's gone by Thursday morning, but behind the front, we have to deal with cooler temperatures for the second half of the work week. Also rainfall amounts, we haven't had a big rain for about a week now, but I think most areas a half an inch upwards to an inch with this next storm system. Again, this is Wednesday night, not tomorrow night. 69 tomorrow, a few sprinkles. 68 on Wednesday. Showers and thunderstorms during the evening into the overnight hours, and then cooling down quite a bit as we head into the weekend and early next week.
What a good day, you know, it just puts you in a good mood.
Yeah, especially when it gets dark at 5:30,
yeah.
Which stinks.
It is what it is, though, right? All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks so much, Doug. Coming up, the fight against cybercrime.
The U.S. government has recovered millions in cyber ransoms and is now offering millions more to catch cyber criminals. I'm Caroline Shively in Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
We'll tell you about it.
The cybersecurity research firm says foreign hackers have breached 9 organizations in the defense, energy, healthcare, technology, and education sectors. At least one of the organizations is right here in the U.S. Palo Alto Network says the hackers stole passwords to gain long-term access to these organizations' networks. It's unclear who is responsible for the breach, but some of the attackers' tactics overlap with those used by a suspected Chinese hacking group. Today, the Justice Department announced arrests and millions of dollars in recovered ransomware payments as part of a 17-country investigation into cyber criminals. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively is in D.C. with more on the investigation, dubbed Gold Dust.
U.S. officials announced 2 major arrests on Monday against alleged hackers affiliated with REvil, a ransomware group they say has extorted millions of dollars worldwide.
These attacks have targeted our critical infrastructure, law enforcement agencies, hospitals, schools, municipalities, and businesses of all sizes.
Law enforcement leaders say they've recovered $6 million that the criminal organization had received from multiple victims.
Our message should be clear. If you target victims here, we will target you.
The Biden administration has considered ransomware a national security issue since May, when hackers attacked the Colonial Pipeline, causing a temporary shutdown that led to fuel shortages. REvil is also accused of targeting JBS, the world's largest meat processor, and software company Kaseya that became a gateway to hundreds of other businesses. The head of the FBI praised Kaseya for contacting law enforcement immediately and asked other victims to do the same.
We can work quickly back from the intrusion to follow and seize the criminal's money before it can jump through wallet after wallet and exchange after exchange.
The State Department is offering up to $10 million for information that leads to the ID of anyone in REvil leadership. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Next, a new type of coffee, not for the flavor, but how it's grown.
Coffee can give you a buzz, but one special form of coffee is generating a lot of buzz for how it can help protect the environment. I'm Jackie Ibanez with more on that story straight ahead.
Nominate your forecast.
While world leaders are trying to curb greenhouse gas emissions to try to prevent a climate catastrophe, experts say the warming planet is already causing severe weather, which is damaging a key crop most of us rely on in the morning, coffee. Let's go ahead and throw afternoon in there too, at least for me. One group of researchers fighting back, developing an innovative way to grow coffee that won't be affected by climate change or worsen its effects. Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez explains.
What if your morning cup of joe could help save the planet, besides giving you a boost of caffeine? Well, researchers out of Finland are replacing farms with test tubes. To make lab-grown coffee, they say, comes with a lot of perks.
We skip the farming part and we use plant cell cultures instead. So actually real coffee cell cultures, but they are not generated in the field.
Using a technique called cellular agriculture, scientists have created coffee cells that, when processed into a drink, taste and smell like coffee. And because it's all being done in a lab, it has a low impact on the environment when compared to traditional coffee crops.
We're seeing throughout the coffee belt farmers being impacted by climate change, increasing temperatures, but also more erratic rainfall and increased drought.
According to the nonprofit group Conservation International, global coffee demand is expected to triple by the year 2050. Meaning farmers will need to grow upwards of 14 million tons more coffee every year just to keep up. But more coffee farming requires more land, which can contribute to deforestation. Experts say the lab-grown variety will not only help prevent forest loss, it also doesn't require fertilizer or pesticides, which can harm surrounding wildlife. The lab-grown coffee is still being tested. Researchers hope European officials will soon approve it so it can be marketed. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Coming up, movie theaters' plans to change with the times, selling their popcorn outside of the theaters.
Come play and win your share of.
All right, a popular movie chain is hoping to sell its popcorn in other places. AMC Theaters says its Perfectly Popcorn, as it's called, is going to be sold at mall kiosks and stores across the country. Beginning in January, the company announced the stores will offer freshly made, traditional, and gourmet flavored popcorn, candy even, and other movie theater treats. AMC also plans to offer pre-packaged and microwavable popcorn at supermarkets and convenience stores. Later in the year, movie theaters were hit hard by the pandemic, and this is one way the company is hoping to help the recovery. AMC, by the way, pops about 50 tons of popcorn every day. During the commercial, we were taking a quick poll here of how important is it to get popcorn at the movie theater? For me, it's a must. For the missus and me, it's a must. For Doug and his better half, it's a must. Nick Kelly says, I'm more into candy. And Cam behind the camera says, it depends on if I go out to eat before. And that's certainly true. That's certainly true. But that movie theater popcorn, though, man, something else. 30 more minutes, news, weather, and sports coming away. Going to learn how some area high school students are using their education to help a friend in a wheelchair. Plus, a new website looks to highlight positive stories about things happening in the city of Pittsburgh.
Weeds is on sale now.
A new website promotes stories about the people of Pittsburgh. The Imagine Pittsburgh Committee and Limelight Marketing today launched the website PittCan. pittkan.com, pittkan.com. Officials say the goal of the initiative is to highlight the positive things happening in the city, and they hope it'll lead to more people wanting to move to Pittsburgh.
To move into a community when they see that, want to come and be a part of it. And so that's what the website does for me. It shows and it oozes with what's going on here. And before, I think we were missing that opportunity because we were showing that to the world. And that's what this does. This shows that there's something happening here and people want to be a part of that.
Also part of the initiative, there are Facebook and Instagram accounts under the handle PittCan. It's a good call by the Imagine Pittsburgh Committee to bring in Limelight, seeing as the company is the 2021 Kansas Women-Owned Business Professional Service Firm of the Year. Kansas Department of Commerce and the Office of Minority and Women Business Development issued the award for outstanding achievements of women-owned businesses across various industries. The company is owned by Brandy Johnson. She started Limelight back in 2015 with a focus on digital marketing, and today the team has grown to more than 20 people specializing in e-commerce for clientele across the country.
We've built a really great team here at Limelight. We've got great people who are very talented and passionate about what they do. Every day I sit in meetings with them and think, wow, I'm really lucky to work with this group of people. And I think the contributions that they make on a daily basis have enabled us to earn an award like this.
Limelight's clients include Key Apparel, Russell Cellular, Backyard Discovery, Creative Candles, Progressive Products, and Architecture Woodworking Institute, among others. Better Business Bureau study shows a rise in complaints about the vehicle service contract industry. The BBB of Eastern and Southwest Missouri and Southern Illinois have processed more than 15,000 complaints about VSC companies ever since 2000. The main complaints are that the companies misled clients. The BBB recommends closely reading any contracts before putting on that signature of yours. Students at McDonald County, Missouri High School are using their STEM skills to bring comfort to a classmate. Students came up with a plan to make the classmate's wheelchair more comfortable.
Great individual projects can come out from spotting things that are, national or even statewide, but things that impact people that are here that you can actually see the joy whenever they see the finished product and see how they look at our own designs to give feedback in real time to what we're doing. That is always an amazing experience that we can have.
By the way, today is National STEM Day, a day that spotlights the importance of science, technology, engineering, and math classes in schools nationwide. Joplin's CFI Truckload is expanding. The company announced today it is reorganized into one company with 5 distinct services. With the acquisition of UPS Freight and Transport America, CFI now offers 3 asset-based services: truckload, dedicated, and temp control, as well as 2 non-asset services: Mexico and logistics. Well, Boeing has agreed to a multi-million-dollar settlement with shareholders over its troubled 737 MAX right there that we're seeing. Under the terms of the $237.5 million deal, Boeing has to add another director to its board with aviation, engineering, or product safety experience. The settlement also requires Boeing to issue yearly public reports on safety-related enhancements. The lone survivor of the Kyle Rittenhouse shooting took the stand today in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He went into details about the moments leading to a confrontation with the then 17-year-old Rittenhouse, who shot and killed multiple people during a police brutality protest. Fox News senior correspondent Mike Tobin is in Chicago with these details.
Did you witness him fire a shot into Mr. Huber's chest?
I did. The lone survivor shot by Kyle Rittenhouse, revealing bombshell details to kick off week 2 of the high-stakes trial. Gage Grosskreutz says he confronted Rittenhouse after seeing him shoot and kill a man just feet away from him. Grosskreutz, a trained paramedic, says he was delivering medical assistance to people during the police brutality protest. He said he stepped in to stop the bloodshed and admitted he thought he was going to die that night at the hands of Kyle Rittenhouse.
What was going through your mind at this particular moment?
That I was going to die. In that moment, I felt that I had to do something to try and prevent myself from being killed or being shot or killed.
The defense says protesters acted aggressively towards Rittenhouse, prompting him to defend himself. Lawyers representing Rittenhouse focused on the mental health of the people who were shot.
You were asked by Attorney Krause if he had taken his medication that day, right?
Correct.
The fiancé of Joseph Rosenbaum, the first man killed by Rittenhouse, says Rosenbaum was taking medication for bipolar disorder and depression. The defense says his mental condition may have contributed to his aggressive behavior that night.
Okay, and you know, having been around him, that was for bipolar disorder?
It was to help with, along with the antidepressant. I did explain to him that things had gotten bad.
The prosecution is expected to rest its case in the next day or two. In Chicago, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
A bit later, the event was called ASTROWORLD.
The event that led to the deaths of 8 people at a Houston rap concert, now a criminal investigation. I'm Garrett Tenney in Houston with the details coming up.
Win up to...
It definitely turned out to be a pretty good Monday for us today. Plenty of sunshine, a little bit on the windy side, but temperatures are great as we went into the mid-70s for afternoon highs. Not bad for almost the middle of November. Looks pretty good right now. We have pretty much clear skies. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just outside of Seneca, Missouri. And temperature is still nice, anywhere from 59 to Beta, 50 in Anderson, and then near 60 once you get out across Kansas and also Oklahoma. Most of us are going to hover right around 55 as we go through the overnight hours. Southerly winds kind of keeping our temperatures up tonight, plus we're going to get a lot of mid and upper level clouds, which are going to be pushing in. That also kind of holds in whatever little amount of heat that we have. 58 south winds at about 10. Humidity is at 70%. We currently have clear skies for now, but you can see the clouds increasing on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. These are mid and upper level clouds, so they're not those low hanging clouds, but they're going to be around tonight into tomorrow as well. So we're not going to see much in the way of sunshine, but at least our temperatures still look pretty good. This is with our next little wave. It's very weak, kind of drags in the front, kind of washes out. The next bigger system, though, is out across the left coast. You can see it really from Seattle, Portland, all the way down to San Francisco, and that system will give us good chances for showers and thunderstorms late Wednesday and Wednesday night. Until then, we're mainly going to stay dry. I think we'll get a few sprinkles for us tomorrow, but we'll start the day cloudy. Most of the day, mostly cloudy. You can see this front kind of sinking in. A few random sprinkles, maybe a quick little, very light shower. That's it. It's not a big deal. The front actually starts lifting back toward the north as we go into the overnight hours tomorrow night. So here's your day planner. Starting at 59, 65 by noon, high temp near 70, mainly south winds at about 10 to 20. Some random light showers into Wednesday morning, but I really think most of Wednesday also dry. Then look at the thunderstorms building central Kansas down through Oklahoma. This is 5, 6 p.m. Wednesday evening. These will start driving in. So here's 9 p.m. Some of these storms could be strong. I am not expecting any of them to be severe. But with strong ones, we could get some gusty winds to near 40, maybe some very small hail. They're out of here by Thursday morning. Behind it, though, cooler air works in and it stays kind of cool as we head toward the weekend. Rainfall amounts, pretty good system. I think most of us will get a ½ inch, upwards to an inch of rain with this next system, with the rain Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. And then this system rolls out of here, but we're going to continue to get weak little cold fronts all the way into the weekend, so our temperatures are not going to be that warm by the time we head into Thursday and Friday. 69 tomorrow, 68 Wednesday, only 58 on Thursday, 51 on Friday. Could get a couple freezes as well. The weekend looks nice, just kind of chilly, but not bad for November.
Yeah, I was going to say, really, you can't complain.
Not at all.
Doug, thank you. And there's a new place in Baxter Springs to relax, enjoy time by yourself, with friends or family. Liberty Utilities donated an old substation site to the city. Liberty itself decided to build a new substation just down the road. The new Liberty Park features green space, some areas for folks to relax, also a butterfly statue.
Well, we feel like we gave something to the neighborhood. We have an elementary school down the street here where the school could even walk to enjoy the park, and the citizens around us have said that they've enjoyed the park already in its short months that it's been here.
The new park is at 230 West 12th Street in Baxter Springs. All right, coming up in sports, Seneca preparing for the district championships. Also, there's high expectations for Missouri Southern men's basketball this year. Danny Terzer caught up with the team, and she had the details next.
here to help.
The Missouri Southern Lions are gearing up for their season opener this Friday. We caught up with the team to learn about what to expect from this year's group.
The Missouri Southern Lions return to the court for the 2021 season, hungry for success.
We didn't really prove ourselves last year, so we have a chip on our shoulder this year for sure.
Missouri Southern finished the season 13-10 last year. This year, they are without three-time All-American Cam Martin. Martin transferred to Kansas for his final season.
Nobody's going to be Cam Martin, and we got to understand that we're a totally different team than last year, and everybody's got to do a little bit more than what they did last year. Guys that were in role positions last year, like RJ and Bundy, got to step it up a little bit more and just be more of a focal point on the offensive end and scoring the ball.
The Lions return 8 players, including 4 starters.
To be able to have guys that played meaningful minutes last year back in that core is big for us.
Got a lot of experience and a good connection playing with each other now, so we're just looking forward to leading the younger guys.
They also have 6 newcomers and 3 transfers from Division I programs.
Alex is a true point guard and somebody that's going to find people out on the perimeter. He's got the ability to break it down in defense. And Odell, big fella from North Dakota State, and Nongo, 2 bigs inside, just gives us some added size, presence inside that can do some things defensively and hopefully on the offensive end help out as well.
The Lions were picked to finish 4th in the MIAA preseason poll.
It's probably the most athletic team that I've had since I've been here.
We have a lot of talent. We just have to, like I said, learn to play together and put all the pieces together.
We don't have an easy schedule by any means, but I think when you come to play college basketball, I want to play as a competitor. I want to play the best.
Missouri Southern is set to open their season against Upper Iowa in Kansas City on Friday afternoon. The Seneca Indians are headed to the district championships. The Indians battled back from a 12-0 halftime deficit to edge Aurora by 1 point on Friday. Now 7-4, Seneca will travel to face 8-2 Mountain Grove. Cody Hilburn leads his group back to the title game in his first year as head coach at his alma mater. The last time the Indians played for the district title was in 2019. It's been even longer since they've won it.
Our kids are excited to be here. We haven't won a district championship in 8 years, and our goal was to get back to this game and hopes to win it. So our kids are excited, but that's been the case all year. Our kids show up on Mondays even after a loss, and they're back focused in, ready to work, and nothing's changed.
Kansas City has strung together back-to-back wins for the first time this season. The Chiefs improved to 5-4 and are 3rd in the AFC West following Sunday's win against the Packers. It was a low-scoring game, but the Chiefs managed to come out on top. The Kansas City defense brought the pressure against fill-in quarterback Jordan Love. They kept the Packers off the board until the 4th quarter and to just 7 points total in the game.
I thought our defense, we did a nice job against the run game. We did a nice job against the pass game, pressuring the quarterback. We didn't hold back. Guys played hard and aggressive.
We're getting healthy, so that was the number one thing. And then, you start getting back into the flow with your whole group. With those ones and stuff, and I feel like that's what's been happening. The camaraderie in practice has been, high. So, guys are starting to respond better to guys. The task at hand, guys are responding better to it. And, we're just going out there having fun again.
Back with more news after this.
Officials now digging deeper into last weekend's ASTROWORLD festival, where 8 people were killed amid a crush of bodies. Fox News correspondent Garrett Tenney has the latest from Houston.
The events that led to the deaths of 8 people at the ASTROWORLD Festival in Houston over the weekend, now a criminal investigation. Many are frustrated that rapper Travis Scott continued to perform for 30 minutes after officials had declared it a mass casualty event. Some of those in attendance said they felt their chests being crushed as the crowd surged towards the stage, being suffocated under a mass of people. Those killed ranged in age from 14 to 27. Dozens were injured in the chaos.
The first song, everybody started compressing in together. You couldn't move your elbows. You were just so compressed to a point where it literally stops your breathing. People started panicking. You look to the back, people are yelling, help, help, help.
Houston's police chief saying that ending the show sooner could have sparked a riot. Scott says he did pause his performance several times when he saw people in the crowd who needed help.
We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone help us figure this out.
Scott and festival organizers are facing multiple lawsuits from folks who were injured at the concert. The rapper has been charged twice in the past for encouraging his fans to taunt security and safety guidelines at his shows.
Oftentimes when there's a mosh pit at one of his concerts, he will proudly say, "This isn't a mosh pit unless someone's getting hurt."
Houston city officials say they are still in the early stages of investigating exactly what caused this tragedy. In Houston, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
A representative for Travis Scott says he will cover the funeral costs for the 8 victims who died at the ASTROWORLD Festival. All right, next, a look at the entertainment coming your way this week, right here on Fox 14. We have a look at what's coming up on the Fox TV lineup this week, including a big night of animation domination, courtesy of The Simpsons. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
The Resident looks to the future. Avatars step closer to stardom. Here's what's hot on Fox.
You guys don't believe in ghosts.
First, Monday on 911, emergencies include a homeowner who thinks her roommate is a ghost.
We're excited, but we're also sad.
Then The Big Leap has a goodbye party for Reggie. And Wayne holds a lockdown to bring the group together.
I don't work at the hospital anymore.
Tuesday, The Resident goes 4 years into the future, where Conrad pays a visit to his former colleagues, and cases include an MMA fighter who got into a brawl.
I've been ear hustling these broads all morning.
Then on Our Kind of People, the Oak Bluffs residents get to know each other as more secrets surface, while Teddy tries to connect with Angela and Nikki.
What? Are you kidding me?
Wednesday, Group A returns to the Masked Singer stage for the semifinals, and alter ego judge will.i.am joins as guest panelist.
It all boils down to this.
On Alter Ego, contestants battle for a spot in those semifinals. Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum, has the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Then it's matchups in the ring on WWE Friday Night SmackDown.
God? Not quite.
And Sunday, a 2-part episode of The Simpsons begins. A Serious Flanders features guest voices Brian Cox, Kristen Milioti, and Chris O'Dowd, as Ned Flanders donates a bag of money he found, putting he and Homer in the crosshairs of a ruthless criminal debt collector. Part 2 airs next Sunday, all right here on Fox. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
That's our time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. Going to leave you with video of hot air balloons over Turkey. Be safe. Do this all again tomorrow. See you then.